Indian, what's it called? Indian Point in Leroy, which was an important site. They don't know if it was the Erie Indians or some other group, but that's, if you haven't been there, you should go see it. The season of silence. The silence. It's the silence that gets to me, along with the darkness. No more crickets and cicadas, very little bird chatter. I long for the songs of the insects, frogs, toads, and birds. I want to hear the nonstop babbling of my grandson Henry, the green of the leaves, the cackle of granddaughter Ava. It's the silence. We've entered the season of silence. This poem is called Not Named by the Chamber of Commerce. Hell for certain certainly wasn't named by the Chamber of Commerce, nor Hungry Horse, Stinkin' Creek, Stumptown, or Frozen Camp. And what about Bad Rock Canyon, where my daughter lives, or River Styx, Ohio, the gates of hell, celebrated by Mary Oliver, our very own Shakespeare, and home to my sister Mary Ellen. But these places have the flavor, genuineness, and stink of American pioneers. Hooray for that stink. Hell for certain, by the way, is in Leslie County, Kentucky. This one here, I didn't know Colin Ray was going to be here, and this poem mentions him. It's called Canada, Not Canadian. One day, many years ago, I was walking with Todd, Mary, and their little guy Colin in their swampy woods off Bass Lake Road. If memory serves, and often it's wildly incorrect, we are accompanied by a wild turkey. And this is just a little aside. In my memory, it was a one-legged turkey, which can't possibly be true. But anyway, there was a turkey walking with this whole group of people. The turkey hopped along through the woods by our sides. I heard some squawking overhead and said, "Look, there's Canadian geese." Little Colin immediately responded, "Actually, they're called Canada geese, not Canadian. Canada geese." I thought right then, that's one smart little boy. I also thought he's a little bit of a smart aleck. And then I thought, he might have a future as a naturalist or a lawyer someday. And I just found out he's a lawyer. So, this is called Winter Solstice. The chill creeps into the bones. December 21, and sun gone long before 5 o'clock. Huge gray clouds roll in off Lake Erie, riding the witch's gale, spitting sleet and fears as real and as organized as the swirl of pin oak leaves down Lakeshore Boulevard. This day, shaken by nameless fears, seems to last forever. I wonder how I will get through the next minute, and the minute after that, and the minute after that. Wonder if I can make it until hope returns, until peace, which surpasses understanding, as mysterious as winter solstice fear, my heart standing still, turning cold, my spirit abandoned, until peace returns like grace, like unexpected gift. Okay, so that's all for part one.
I'm going to take a moment before we start our actual program by introducing the trustees of Protect Geauga Parks. Those are the people who are running around making this event possible for all of us. I'm going to start with my husband, Dave Partington, who you probably know from the newspapers. John Augustine is doing the video camera. Frank Wirtz is taking the pictures. Tom Sterlikar is in the kitchen. Pat Summer is here in top over there. She is our treasurer. Chris Yaker is here someplace behind the door. Chris had an accident a month or so ago and has a broken leg, so we're not going to make him come all the way in. Shelley Chernin, you already met as the poet. Kathleen Webb is here someplace also. There she is. Rachel McKinney is helping out with the pie. And if I missed anybody, shout it out now. Okay, thank you. I wanted to say before, again, did I miss somebody else?
Did you get Jane? And
Jane, I'm right in front of her. Jane Belvoda.
And Gideon's right here.
And Gideon, okay. Sorry, this is our practice. If you want to come back tomorrow, I'll get it right. I wanted to, before we went any further, give you a little bit of information about Protect Geauga Parks. Protect Geauga Parks is a nonprofit organization formed in 2014 and incorporated as a 501c4 organization in January of 2015 by a grassroots group of Geauga residents who were alarmed by the abrupt change in the mission of the Geauga Park District that threatened to change the balance of development versus preservation of natural resources of our parks. The mission of Protect Geauga Parks is to promote, support, and actively campaign for conservation, preservation, and protection as the primary mission of our parks. We believe that the natural resources protected by the parks are crucial to the environmental health of our county, including the rivers, wetlands, forests, and meadow. We work towards our mission by focusing on two branches, advocacy and education. We advocate or lobby for protection of natural resources, for maintaining healthy balance of conservation and preservation against unneeded development, and for management decisions to be made with careful consideration and complete transparency by a thoughtful and qualified board. We educate on the value of conservation by hosting conservation conversations led by experienced nature people, sharing information through social media to keep you informed of issues, both concern and celebration, both in and outside of Geauga County. We believe it's important to encourage the public to understand why preservation and conservation is important to better advocate for their protection. In our commitment to education since 2016, we have offered a yearly Protect Geauga Parks Bob McCullough Memorial Conservation Scholarship, where we award 3 monetary scholarships of $1,000 to high school seniors who intend to study in the area of natural science or conservation after high school. I'd like to give a little shout out to Becky Strong, who's here today, Bob and Mary McCullough's daughter. Becky, are you here someplace? So we much appreciate being able to keep the McCullough name going through the scholarships. And let me just do a quick raise of hands if anybody ever met Bob or Mary McCullough. So that's why we are here today. And Becky, we really just so much appreciate that connection with you all. Your very generous donations for this event go towards funding not only this event, but also the scholarship program. We thank the Foundation for Geauga Parks for generous grant from the 2023 scholarship and for all our generous supporters who, even more important, have come out on a Sunday afternoon, regardless of the football game, to participate in this Heroes program. We're here today to honor some of the people who have persevered to preserve, conserve, and protect the natural resources of Geauga County and surrounding areas, to showcase what good people can do when they care. Our heroes of conservation demonstrate the steps they took to preserve, conserve, and protect the environment for future generations. Okay, and now for the Heroes of Conservation Awards. Tammy Gingrich is our first hero of the day. She is going to be introduced by Dan Best, who is also a longtime naturalist at the Geauga Park District, and he is a full-time naturalist as a private citizen. And Dan, can you come on up?
Thank you, Barb. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. Wow, this is the longest mic. Last time I wrangled something like this, it was a big old rat snake. Right behind the head so you don't get bit. All right. Well,